2017, we spent a lot of time around this epiphany we had with just treating people better in the workplace. And that's kind of how Everybody Matters started in our company. Just the realization that we needed to treat people better day in and day out. And a lot of that had to do with just personally connecting with people. And the more we did it, the more we realized how effective it was and how impactful it was to our people. 2018 is going to be a lot more of that, but we've got a lot of people that are early on in the journey. We've got people that are just walking into the journey, and we're trying to do a lot of coaching right now. We're trying to teach people what it means to treat people well in the workplace. We've maybe penetrated a handful of leaders in 2017. We really connected with a handful of leaders. They understand what the game plan is and how we're going to treat people and how we're going to lead people, how we're going to coach our people up. We've got 800 people leading about 8,000 in this company on the manufacturing floors. We need to get to that 800 to really reach the 8,000 and improve everybody's lives. So the first step is to reach those 800 frontline leaders, the group leaders that we've got running, small areas of the company all over the country. And the more we can reach them and coach them up, the better health our entire organization and entire workforce will be. A lot of that's going to happen through our leadership coaching. And right now we've got 9 leadership coaches, and these guys and gals, they do nothing but spend time coaching our frontline leaders all over the company how to lead. And I can tell you that, changing somebody's life doesn't have to mean that you take them out of one circumstance and put them in another. The most common life change that's happened around the company as a result of just caring about people in the workplace is that people come to work happier. They leave the workplace, leave LCI, and go home happier. If they're happier when they leave because they feel valued or respected or more appreciated at LCI than they have at any other workplace they've ever worked at, they're going to go home and treat their families better. They're going to go home and treat their spouse better, their kids better. And the kids and their spouses are probably going to treat the people they're around better. It's just a cycle, and we have the opportunity at work to kick that cycle off into the home life in a good light or a bad light. How long have people been putting names on plaques for Employees of the Month? 100 years? I mean, that kind of thinking has got to stop. We've got to get more creative about how we celebrate people in the workplace, and just the things that we've done around the company, the things I've seen around the company and the way we're celebrating people, and there's hundreds of examples. It's just invigorating to see that people, you can see that they feel the appreciation. Sure, we've had situations where team members have helped lift, because they're connecting more with our people, they help lift our people out of really bad and dark spots. I've heard a lot of those stories from, addictions and domestic issues to, you name it. Because there's more connection with our leaders and our team members on the floor that have, personal struggles, people are getting lifted out of those situations, and those are the extreme great life changes. We've implemented a Dream Manager position at a couple of our plants, and the comments we've heard back from that are just, I've never worked for a company that asked me what my dreams are before. Not only ask me what my dreams are, but then take it to the next step and help me develop a plan to accomplish those dreams. We've got a philanthropy department. We're focused on helping the community. We generated a 100,000-hour campaign in 2017 and a 200,000-hour campaign in 2018 that's going to change the lives of people in the community, not just the people inside, because guess what? When people, serve, their lives change. Not only do they change the lives of the people that they're serving, their lives change and for the better. So when I've talked to a lot of other people in the community about what we're doing, whether it's the 100,000 hours, whether it's having 9 leadership coaches, whether it's having a philanthropy staff, whether it's spending a lot of time coaching in the plants, coaching people up, pulling them off the job to just teach them how to treat people and coach and serve their teams better. We get a lot of people that raise their eyebrows and kind of wonder what we're doing and why we're spending so much time on non-product, non-manufacturing related activities, and the answer is pretty simple, and it's that that's what's making the company better. People are choosing to stay at LCI longer because of these activities. And when they stay longer, our quality gets better, our service gets better, our efficiency gets better, our safety gets better. All the key metrics that make a business run well, they all get better because people are staying longer and they're more engaged with the business. Our goal is to be the employer of choice in the county and in our communities. When we're the employer of choice, we don't have to go looking for people. People are going to be knocking on our doors, and that's happening today. When we're the employer of choice, people aren't coming to work every day saying, man, I just don't feel like this is a fit. My next job, I saw a sign down the road, or I talked to a buddy the other night and I know there's openings at their company. When people are coming to work thinking about that kind of stuff, they're not engaged. They're not going to be, building great products. They're not going to be serving the customers and the teams inside the plants as well as they could be. So that's the goal. If we're focused on building better people and better leaders that drive people to come here and want to stay here long term, the company, the products, the people, the customer service, everything rises. In a time when the RV industry is at its busiest point in 40 years, we're not having a very difficult time finding people when everybody else is struggling, and some of them are having trouble even delivering product to their customers because they can't find people. So we said, if we're going to do it, like a lot of the other things that we've done and grown into, we need to dedicate somebody. So we brought on Mike Gardy, who is the director of, our first director of leadership, and we said, hey, look, your job is to, as an experiment, we're going to go out and we're going to try to teach people what leadership looks like, what leaders look like, what it needs to look like at LCI, and what we are and aren't going to tolerate anymore, and start teaching people what that looks like. As we grow organically, as we acquire new businesses, that's going to require more coaches. It's going to, because every business that we buy, that we acquire, none of them have leadership coaches. None of them are going through this leadership learning process. So we need to be there to teach them if we expect them to, stand up to the culture and create a culture at those companies that we've already got at LCI. This has been a journey over the last 4 years. It started out with lean leadership and safety, just knowing that, hey, let's focus on a few things that we know will move the needle in our company. We really started to move into leadership through developing our core values. So we developed our core values in 2013, and we really used that as a foundational pivot point for our company to say, hey, look, people need to jump on board with our core values. We need to live our core values day in and day out, no exceptions. We need to be consistent. Otherwise, the core values won't really amount to anything. It'll just be a talking point. We don't want it to just be words on the wall. We want it to be what people live, how people live, breathe, and act every day. And caring about people is one of our core values. And we said, hey, look, we need to hyper-focus on this point because we're not doing that enough. And so that's kind of how Everyone Matters started. And 2018 is going to be more of that. It's going to be more focusing on people. It's going to be more core values. It's going to be especially more about leadership, more about focusing on coaching and teaching leadership. In April of 2017, 60 of us sat in a room and we said, hey, look, we want to develop leaders in this company. We know it's a priority. We know for the next 5 years it's going to be a huge focus. To me, Everybody Matters. The great thing about it is it's just, we're naturally designed and created and wired to care about people. So we're really just helping you get in touch with who we are at our core. And Everybody Matters isn't something you sign up for. It's not something that you get involved with. It's something that you do. You're either going to take care of people around you in the workplace and serve your team and try to make an effort to lead better every day, or you're not. I've been working in this business for 23 years, and I've seen a lot of things. I've watched a lot of growth. I've watched a lot of successes and a lot of cool things happen. But in my 23 years, the neatest thing that's happened to me is watching these life changes, and you can't fake that. The stories got so powerful and so many that I started writing them down. I started keeping a log. I started saving emails of thank yous and letters that have come in from people whose lives have changed as a result of just people caring about them inside the company. It wasn't anything I did, it was what our people have done. When I get in front of these groups, the number one thing I hear from the people in our plants is You know, someone raises their hand, they say, I've been here for 5 years, I've been here for 10 years, I've been here for 15 years. We're making big changes. I've never seen it like this. There's a lot of things I noticed walking through the plants today. People are more approachable, and that was different than 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. I see a lot of the same faces now because people are happier. They're making the decision to stay here longer. I can see the engagement in people. I can see the happiness in people's eyes, that they love their job. I have people come up to me and tell me they love their job. That never used to happen. And there's a difference between, work being an okay place and people being content and people being ecstatic, jumping out of bed, running to work every day. So and that's the reaction we're trying to get. But we've got to create that environment. We've got to create that opportunity for people. And I think that we're doing that. And I'm seeing that as I'm walking through our facilities today. And I'm just proud of all of our people all around the company, our leaders that are really taking these initiatives seriously and ultimately trying to impact people's lives in a positive way, which just sends ripples through their circles. I've had, I don't know how many people come up to me and tell me, I am a better husband, I'm a better wife at home because of the way this company's treating me and the things that leadership and the coaching has taught me. I don't know that we can do anything better than that.